And here we go. Next enrichment challenge. I hope you enjoyed all the ones that we already presented to you. I love watching all your videos. We have today our ice cube enrichment. So ice cube tray is kind of a must for this. I really haven't found a DIY option for that, but most people actually have an ice cube tray. If you have a refrigerator that has, an egg tray, you could use that as well. So those are my two enrichment tips. You can try an egg carton. That could work. I didn't have very much success with that, but give that a shout and a try and give me a shout out if that works for you. But here is just a simple ice cube tray for you, and we're going to talk about different ways of filling the ice cubes. And again, summer is upon us, probably not in Australia because you just had summer, but still, if it's a warmer time or you have a teething pup, this is excellent for that. If your pup goes through teething, their gums are hurting, they're literally on fire while the old ones push out and the new ones push in. A little bit of a cool off is always nice. And if you have ever given ice cubes to puppies, it's a joy to watch. It's the movie itself. So we get started here. So the first thing I want you to see, if you have some chicken stock, some beef stock or veggie stock in your broth in your pantry. So check out if you have a low sodium. If not, just take a little bit and mix it with water. This is actually mixed 3-to-1, so it's more water than the broth, because if you just use the pure broth, it will not freeze as well. So you have to mix it a little bit with water. And I will get not too fancy, but there's a little bit of kibble going in there. Kibble is always one of my items that I put in my enrichment items, as you have already seen. So I just choose every other one. I put a little bit of kibble here in the bottom of them, and then I use a little bit of, hope you see this all right, use a little bit of chicken broth here. Pour it into a 4 for right now to mix it up a little bit, and I'll also post a video on how this looks later. And then again, I have different ingredients here that I'm going to use for that. Remember your dog's dietary restrictions. You can substitute with anything that you have in your pantry or your fridge that is safe for dogs and safe for your dog. So we go here for the, just grab that, the pumpkin. So I'm stuffing a couple of them just with canned pumpkin. My dogs love that. And again, you can go here for layers as well. Obviously, all of them will be a little bit more difficult because we freeze them. But if you want to make it a little bit easier for your pup, just pull your ice cube tray out, let it stand a little bit in room temperature so they just start to melt a little bit, and your dog can immediately taste what they have in front of them. So that's always a good option. There we go. That's all in there. Perfect. And then sometimes I put kibble on the bottom and sometimes I put kibble on the top, so you can go as fancy as you want. I still feel like I'm a chef cook in my kitchen here presenting this to you guys. Okay, and then we do a little bit of sour cream. I like sour cream. That goes in there. And we are fancy today. We have pre-cooked chicken. So that's what I'm gonna put in here. And I know chicken and sour cream, well, actually that does sound good. Some of these mixes that I'm doing, questionable, but my pups always love them. And all three are around this island again, smelling the goodies that I have for them. You can also put some chicken in the bottom of them. That's what I'm doing with the rest of them here. And then I'm just gonna put the chicken broth over them. And obviously you can just do plain water as well, especially for young pups. That's already very entertaining. So start maybe with just a plain ice cube if you already have one, and then work your way up from there. So let me just move this out of the way so you can see this fine. So I have different compartments, different things. So we had some sour cream, some chicken with broth, some kibble with pumpkin, chicken with pumpkin, some kibble with broth, and then a water ice cube. I recommend for you trying that. Again, if you don't want to have a mess, you can give that to them in their crate. You can give that to them in their playpen, or outside on a balcony or outside in your yard if you can, and just let them get messy outside if you prefer that, or just have a towel laying in the area where you give it to him. But most dogs are really, they like the crunch of it as well. So they will probably not throw that around. And if so, please post that video. That would be hilarious. But most of them probably enjoy that. So give this a try. Ice cubes are definitely nice for the hotter days, and puppies enjoy them so very much while they go through their teething phases. Mine are already waiting, but this has to go in the freezer first. So my estimation is around an hour to 2, depending on what you stuff it with. Just keep checking back into your fridge and make sure they are ready, and then you can just tilt it over or scoop it out, whichever way you want to go, and then hand it down to your flaps. So enjoy, have fun with that, and I'm looking forward to seeing your videos. Oh, and you can also leave them in the tray, and just, if it's safe and if your dog won't inhale the whole thing, you can give the tray to your dog and they can just lick it out of the tray. That's obviously okay as well. So looking forward to your pictures and to your videos. And this was a little tour on how to do ice cubes and why they might be fun for your pup. And I hope you enjoyed that, and your pup as well.